This is the weekly weather with Maxina and April, where no matter the forecast, it's always sunshine and snow.
Hello, my friend.
A little bit of a later start than usual, but you're here. We made it.
We made it. We made it.
Hello, my friend.
How are you today?
Oh my gosh. The weather's hot.
Like
Both
the real
quite,
weather.
yeah, right, yeah, it's
The
quite,
real weather is quite
yes,
the mug. Yeah.
yeah, and things feel like I'm putting a lot of sweat equity into things too.
Well, good.
That's where I am right now. And we're actually, it's so funny because last week's podcast came so early,
Yes.
like so quickly, and now we're recording a day early. So it feels like it was like we're like we just talked already again, but a whole week, like almost a whole week has passed. So, and you have a important birthday coming up, so
We do.
that's very exciting. Shall we pray
We
ourselves
absolutely.
in?
We absolutely
All
should.
right, you or me?
Eeny, meeny, miny. Do you feel led?
I'll do it.
All right.
Awesome, Father. Thank you so much for this beautiful day and for this wonderful night and for a chance to have tea with friends and just talk about this and that and the weather and letting your voice speak through us and let us be inspired and um, let things be fruitful between us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So, your homework, as per you, told me, check in halfway. And so I did. How's it coming? Tell us a little bit about the work on the book.
Okay, well, I am glad to report. I'm glad you didn't ask me 3 days ago because I would have had far less to say about that. But I actually I got a little bug and I ended up getting I wrote a poem. I sent it to you. I wrote a poem and this was just after last week saying, I haven't written anything in a while that I felt like needed to go in there. And so I wrote this poem and I was like, that's a poem for the book. And so I put it right at the end. Whereas originally and I think I've said it a couple of times, the poetic story about the cats, it's about the cats and it's about family, a generation of families. But anyway, of my family, generations of my family. Anyway, so that was what I was ending the book with. And I felt good about it. I was, there wasn't I didn't feel like, oh, that's bad placement or anything.
Right.
But this poem ended up fitting right at the very, very end. And it felt like this place where it was like, okay, that's behind me. And so once I stuck it in there and I moved a couple things around, I was like looking at the order of the last chapter of the book. And I'm like, this is, that's, this is, it's time to start doing my, interior design work because this is perfect. So I'm in, I'm in the process of that, which is, easy, not easy. There's fun technical things or whatever that, I try to make sure is in there. But, and then what was great also is I had initiated a prompt on my Facebook about giving me a prompt and so that's I've been writing some new stuff that way.
Yes, because you were going for 400 by 40.
Yes.
And so that means you were going for 20 more?
Yes.
20 more
poems. And technically, so I found some tucked away in my journals that didn't get entered into my notes. So technically, I could put those in because that is sometimes the process. I'll write something and then I'll plug it into my notes because if I decide later that I want to go back and edit it or whatever, then it's there. but it ends up existing in like 3 different places at that point because I'll put it in my notes, like my phone notes. And then I also have like a notebook where a digital notebook where I've pre-sorted my multiple books and I put, the poems in there
Mhm.
and within, because I can arrange it like the book
Okay.
essentially. So that's how I sort of keep up with like the future books that I think of, like this is the order that it would go in, and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So I can organize it by chapters in that way. So sometimes by the time I get to the book process, I'm looking at multiple different versions of this poem, and then I'm in the editing process too. And so sometimes that can get a little overwhelming. But I decided I wasn't going to enter these notebooks poems and just do only new poems for to get to that number.
So how many
I only need like 4 more.
Girl! And you've
Yes.
got like 2 weeks to do
I
it.
know.
All
Yes.
right.
I think I'm definitely gonna
Good
blow
girl.
past that. Well, I say that now and then I'm gonna be like, oh, I haven't written anything in 2 weeks. Which happens.
Oops.
but
Yeah.
but yeah, so that goal and because I've been writing all this new stuff, I ended up going ahead and dropping them into the notebook for book number 3, and I've already started constructing book number 3.
Nice.
And I really kind of like, well, today I was in a mood where I hated everything I read myself. I was like, these books suck. Nobody should buy them. But I swing in and out of favor for my own poetry, so that's sort of normal. But no, thank you, madam, for checking in, and thank you for being on my tail about that because yes,
You moved forward and you did
I
things.
did. I got a thing or two done, and I was really surprised at the progress that I had made on the 3rd book. Because to me now it feels like a complete book. Because I only had like a chapbook, which is like a micro collection of
Okay.
poetry. You're talking like 15 to like 25 poems. Like it's not like a chapbook's expected to be kind of thin.
Okay.
But I don't really want to spend the ISBN and barcode and for a
Right.
chapbook. And so this book had, I don't know, maybe like around 60 poems or something in it. I'm like, well, it's a little bigger than a chapbook, but it feels small.
Okay.
So for a while I've just kind of been sitting on it and him and hawing, like. But with all the new poems that I've been plucking out of the sky with these really great prompts, so I have just really great prompts, and I putting them in there, and now it's over 100 pages, and I feel good about it. So
Nice.
yes, I'm very so. Book number 3
I
is on the
like
way too.
it. Here's to book number 3.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate
Love that.
you. So, are there any goals that you're killing right now? I'm trying to remember if I,
I
'cause
think
I
I
don't think
killed them and buried them and
yeah.
just pretended they didn't exist for a little while. So I really need to pick up my notebook and go back to my 15 minutes a day.
Okay.
It just, yeah.
Well, you
The
had
tooth, the grandmother, the anniversary,
yes.
like,
Yeah.
all of my focus was on getting the videos done for those 2 things,
Yeah.
and now it's like, okay, I just need a minute. But I want to. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I really want to do this thing.
Some seasons are for others and some are for yourself, and sometimes you get to swing back into that season for yourself just in time to pick up an old love.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm so excited to see like when it, comes together cuz
Right?
especially especially now that I've like experienced some of your writing. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and so that is going to be really exciting just to kind of see like what your voice is, you know.
I'm excited to find out what my voice is.
Yes.
Because, yeah. And that's for so long, my voice wasn't mine. It was everybody else's. Just get things done, what needs to be done. And it's like, oh, wait, you want to hear what I have to say? What?
Yeah.
What kind of crazy talk is that? So that's going to be fun. And I hope it's everything that my brain thinks it's going to be. Like,
Some days you'll read it and it will be, and then other days you'll read it and you'll be like,
right.
I mean,
Okay,
if
good.
it's if the experience is anything like mine, and it's common among writers for that to happen,
Okay,
where
good.
you fall in and out of love with your own work or whatever. Sometimes it just sort of gets to be, there's a honeymoon phase, and then it just sort of feels old after that, and um, I think that's where I'm excited to be out of the honeymoon phase with my book too. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to put it behind me and like put distance between me and it, because it was like a healing process,
Right.
to write it. And I think too, if you when you get back into your 15 minutes a day, think about like the outcome of the process too for you,
Mm-hmm.
and that sort of thoughtfulness about the direction and the desire, like what success looks like to you, will guide how your voice is in it, I think.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like when you think about what fruit you want to come from it, you kind of change the flavor that goes into it, if that makes sense.
Okay. I think I can do that.
Okay. Feeling a little motivated and inspired. I hope so.
I think so. Just a little bit.
Good.
But yes, we have the baby turns 18 tomorrow. And it's so weird. And I've said it before that with the other two, 13, 16, 18, it was like, why is everybody always freaking out over this? This is like no big deal. Oh, because there was another one coming, and now there isn't another one. So, this is the last time I get to experience somebody turning 18 for the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird, but yes, she threw her party this past weekend for her and her friends. And we're going to go do family dinner tomorrow, which is why we're recording early. So thank you for that.
Yes.
And then our friend Teresa, her birthday is the following week. And then my sister's, then my husband's.
Oh, so it's the
and
season
then yours.
of birthdays. Yeah. I've got one coming up too.
It's like
a big one.
we finish out August, and then you kick it up with September. So
Yes, I'm kicking up. Yeah, it's a busy birthday season for you then. That's lots of celebrating coming up.
Yes.
Which isn't a bad place to be.
That
you know
is
what I mean? Like,
true.
oh, I have so
That
many
is
people
true.
I love and I have to celebrate them. Like,
I know, yeah.
Oh, my lobster's too buttery. Like, what?
Right? What are you complaining about? There's just too much.
It's just a lot.
lobster.
Yeah.
Too much. No,
All
but
this
it is going to be
decadence.
busy.
Yes.
It will be busy. And and the thing that stinks with having too many people back to back is it feels like people get shorted just a little bit.
Yes.
Because you don't have room to spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully nobody's feelings get hurt. Hopefully everybody's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, birthdays. They're exciting. They're fun. They're great to celebrate. And they can be hard when they all slam on top of each other.
Yes, exactly. Are there other times of the year that happens? Like there's a whole bunch all at once, or is this typically around the
Not
time?
in our family. Okay. In our family, it really is.
Yeah. Which I think on the like birthday bell curve or whatever, it's pretty like this is a season for a lot of babies, like coming out of winter or whatever, and so that's quite common. Like the September October season for our family was always really
holidays.
Yes. Yeah. Daddy's got some time off.
So it's funny because I'm in April, Carl's in August, and then our three girls, July, August, September.
Okay.
His daughter, May. So we've got April, May, July, August, September. Well, her children are this September, and then December.
Okay.
And so, and mine are 3 years or 4 years apart. Hers are also 4 years apart, but that 4 year gap starts 2 years after my youngest.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that is how I remember how old everybody is. Because I have to stop
You
and
have
go,
to do the math.
okay, hold on. Well, now, because now I'm up to 5, 6. I got to keep track of all of that. Wait, that's a lot. Plus myself and wait, what?
Yeah, and then when your babies, when your
when
little
they
babies
start
have
having
babies, that's gonna be
even one more to add. It's like, I just need to remember 2 birthdays, and everybody else is built around them. But it's funny because the oldest grandbaby is 1 week, but 1 month. So she's 1 week after Snow, but she's 1 month after Linda.
Okay.
Even though it's 2 years later.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of funny because they're all just like stacked. And then the grandbaby will be, all right. Okay. So he turned. No. No. When did that happen?
While you were running a business and doing a podcast and doing officiating and raising babies.
But he shares a birthday with my niece.
Okay.
Carl's youngest brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oldest younger brother? Because both of his brothers are younger than him, but the oldest one. Anyway, his daughter, they share the same birthday. They not date. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah.
Because there's several years there.
Gotcha.
But
ours were.
No, she's like 21. No, because she was
like going
born,
through Rolodex now. You're like, okay,
because she was born the same year we got married, so we just had our 30th anniversary. She turns 30 this year.
Okay, well there you
That's
go.
significant for her.
That's a big one. Yeah, 30's a big one. I did big on my 30. We did a luau. My mom threw a luau for my 30th. It was great. We had fire dancers and delicious food.
Oh, went all out. Okay.
It was, that was my mom. That was her style. She didn't really like to half-ass big things. So
I love it.
Yeah, she was great. She was a very festive lady. And I always appreciated that like big life energy. That was one of my favorite things about her. So, but yeah, that was, and there was something like that was the year that right around the year after like my mom died. And so I think that was like her thinking too of like, let's just have a good time, and that was her best trick. Like that was like, oh, you're sad? Let's go to Disney, like that was she was a problem solver.
She's like, I don't know how to fix what's going on the inside,
right,
but I can definitely distract you on the outside.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly right. And we have a lot of great memories to walk away with. So she wasn't all wrong. So, but no, we did. So I actually ended up doing. I remember I did. Just coming back to me now on my 29th. I was like, I'm going to do as the 20-somethings do. And so we went out and we danced and we went to like the Hard Rock Cafe and we didn't see the Blue Man Group that time, did we? I don't remember. But it was like a party. It was like a party type, like going out and, because I was like, I'm saying goodbye to my 20s, like, all right, ridiculous 20s. This is what this is. So, and then at 30, it was like the luau in my mom's backyard. So it was 2 years in a row, really. I don't know why I wanted to treat 29. Like, I was like, sayonara.
Well, so I was telling my coworker today, because her birthday is the same day as my baby's. So it's tomorrow. And she's like, this birthday's hitting her weird because she's pregnant. She's a mom. It's her, like, she feels like it's hitting different. All the others were just like, They just came and they went. This one is hitting her different. And I said, and that's normal. I said, for me, it was 30. Even though I'd already, by 30, I had already had 2. I was having my second that year. Anyway, it's so hard to keep track of stuff.
Like the years, they just flew by in a
4,
blur.
20, okay, yeah, it was 24, 28. So yes, I had 2 children by the time I turned 30.
Okay.
But 30 just felt like this is the year I become an adult. Now, yes, I've been adulting since I was 16, if not younger, right? But it's like people will see me as the adult that I am at 30.
Okay.
And people would go, what? And I go, okay, think of your friends that are in their 20s.
Yeah.
25 to 29, they go out, they get drunk, they do something stupid, they hurt themselves, they get sick, whatever it is, right? And you roll your eyes, you go, so
I ought to
stupid,
be 20.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Now think of your friends who are 30.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. What's your reaction? Don't you know better by now?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
like no, you're supposed to be paying the bills, doing the things, being responsible. You don't stay out all night. You don't party hard like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So 30 was the year. And then psychology has proven that I, in fact,
Right.
was right.
Well, I was about to say
So-
that does coincide with cortex development, so
Yep.
it makes absolute sense. That
So I was right.
it's like, but there are things like, when somebody is in addiction, their mentality stays frozen in the time that their addiction starts. So, like, and learning that, because my biological mother was an alcoholic. And so learning that, it was like, oh, well, no wonder talking to her felt like talking to a 14-year-old sometimes. Because she started drinking when she was a young teenager. So, like, there are, like, people really do have, brain damage that gives them, a setback. But no, that's from what I've read in neuroscience or whatever. That's exactly right. Yeah, you should know better.
Yeah. No, what are you doing?
Did you damage your brain in your 20s? Because you should
still
know better.
acting stupid, right? You're still acting dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, people just look at you different when you hit 30. Like,
It's true.
And in your 20s, you're like, dude, I can go to war, I can vote. Like, are you kidding me? And after 26, you can rent a car, and
Yes, which
is
what
the
an
craziest,
odd number to me.
right?
Like, just like
How
randomly,
crazy is that?
is.
You can go to war at 18.
Yeah.
You can drink at 21, but you cannot rent a car until 26.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's a little wild.
But
I mean, I get like statistically, like because the car that's set by what the insurance industries, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's based on like statistics of crash statistics or accident statistics, then that's when it declines. So they're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. And they can control you, like nobody's gonna force them. Like, no, you have to make an 18-year-old rent a car. Like, no,
right.
like no. So it feels wild, but it's like because of how the industries are segmented and war is so very profitable, and sending young people out who will do a lot for very little money. That's the sweet spot for for building a militia, I guess.
You're right. We promise.
Young
if
body.
you make it back, we'll send you to school.
Right? Yeah, we'll make it worth your while. Maybe you won't have your legs, but we'll make that worth your while too. Yeah, no, it's wild. It's there's a lot of sacrificing going on out there in that department for sure.
Yeah.
Walking into war as young men and women. Oh Lord, this world we live in. Never a dull moment, that's for sure.
That is true. That is true.
Always plenty to think about and kibitz about, I guess.
That is true as well.
Yeah. My energy's a bit better this week. I just got done watching our podcast last night. That's another thing that makes it feel like I was like I just shared last week's episode.
And were we just here yesterday?
Yeah, like they're like we're running into our own butts here. But when I watched it, I was like I felt like I was like so zoned out compared to usually I'm really animated and laughing. Like, the first week we were back, I was like all over the place, like ha 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 ha, and making lame jokes and stuff like that. But last week I was just like da, 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 da. Like I felt like I was really low key, like really like bringing it in low, but I really kind of like one of our listeners talks about how she likes to put on the conversations, like she just has a couple of girlfriends over and she'll clean the kitchen or
Right.
whatever. And I thought, well, this is kind of one of those conversations you can just put that on and do your thing. And but it was such by the end of it, my battery was kind of recharged. And so that's what I found interesting about it, like kind of going back and watching the episode and listening to the conversation and like from the beginning to the end of it. I was like, okay, I really needed that time with April. So I was that was kind of part of what I shared today. Like it's a really low key conversation, but boy did I need it because that was great. So I
Well,
appreciate you
I
coming
was
over and
I was thinking about energy levels yesterday or early this morning. I don't even know anymore. Time. It's whatever.
yeah.
And I was thinking of there are some times when I feel like the kind of battery that needs to be plugged in and left alone so that it charges correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other times when I feel like I'm that the cell phones that when you get them close to each other, the one with the most battery feeds the other.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I feel like I'm the battery that's feeding the other. And then other times I feel like I'm the battery that's doing the draining.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not that I'm feeding the other, I'm being drained. And it's like, man, that's so weird. Because there are times when I am around people that my energy level just goes up.
Yeah.
But the minute that I'm done, I am so wiped. There's no energy left. So it was this artificial. I I
You were
borrowed your
performing.
I borrowed your energy long enough to get me through.
Yes.
But now I am wiped. And market is that way.
Okay.
So I'm around. I will be energized the entire time, but when it's done, I am so drained. You have to plug me into the
Gotcha.
and don't
Yes.
touch her because it's not going to charge. It'll stop
Yeah.
charging if you move it. Just leave it alone.
Do you feel like you're sort of like forcibly on? Like, because I imagine with market, it sort of makes sense to do that or be that or whatever, have that, like, because you have one person after another and you sort of have to be willing to change in the environment. But, like, is there anybody who, like, you get around them and you have to, like, flip flip yourself
See, and then
on
there's
versus just sort of
yes,
be
yes.
calm and
There,
enjoy the energy between, you know what I mean?
I
It's,
absolutely do. So market does not feel like I have to flip a switch to be on, but I do notice that that energy flow is there and it's good, and then it's gone, and I'm like, oh, I have nothing. Okay, rest time. But yes, there are times, there are places that I've gone, dude, even grocery shopping sometimes. If I'm already low energy, I don't go into the grocery store and get energized from anybody. I find that if you look at me, you've just drained 20 points from me. Like, please don't.
yeah.
And grocery shopping, I was telling somebody, I think it might have been my daughter. We were discussing the fact that I don't like to shop because every time I shop, no matter how I'm dressed, people mistake me as somebody who works there.
You just look like somebody who knows things, so we're just gonna ask you.
And
that's great.
on one hand, it's like, oh, and I think it exhausts me so much because I do genuinely want to help you. I don't want to tell you to go get lost.
Right, yeah.
And so, yeah.
So you're like, now this person's my responsibility.
And then the next thing you know, there's somebody else, and then there's somebody else, and I can't
Yes.
just go in. And so I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
no, I want this. This is all I'm going in
Yeah.
for, and I'm getting out.
Yeah.
I am getting out quick.
Do you make eye contact with people? Because, you know, that can be a mistake. If you just go in there with blinders on, they will
Not
mistake you for nothing.
always. But
Okay.
there are, like, sometimes you can't help it as you're walking
Yeah.
and you're looking and you make eye contact. And if you make eye contact, you better do the cordial nod.
Right, yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But those are not the people. I promise they are not the ones. I
Yeah.
will be reading a package. I am minding my business.
And they're just coming up on like, hey.
The funniest episode
That's
of that
hilarious.
was I would have been just about to turn 21 or just had turned 21. So right there, the early 20s. And I worked for a famous little chain restaurant at the time. And it's getting ready to be St. Patrick's Day. And I was going to be working in the big party tent. So I wanted to get some flair for my costume. Not that it was a real costume, but my uniform was going to be costumey that day. So, because if I got to work it, I better be making some money, right?
Right, yeah. I can.
And I wanted
Do it well.
suspenders. I wanted suspenders. So I had gone on my break, walked across the parking lot, and went into the big box store that was there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the restaurant I worked for had a giant letter on our uniform. This particular store had a giant letter. They were, oh, no, don't eat that.
I knew he was going to get
You're not going to enjoy that. Thank you.
You were a menace. Pascal, why are you being like that?
But anyway, they are not the same letter. They're not the same color. Nothing. So I'm sitting there looking at belts and suspenders, and this lady comes up to me and asks me, do you know where the restroom is? And she asked it very specifically in that way. Do you know, not where is. Do you know where the bathroom is? I said, unfortunately, I do not. I went back to my shopping. You work here and you don't know where the bathroom is? I was like, I said, I don't work here,
Like,
ma'am.
that's news to me.
Do you see this letter? It is not the letter on this building. I promise they are not the same letter. I do not work here. I shop here on my lunch break.
I love how you're like, so come at me.
I have never had to use the bathroom because if I did, I would know where it was and I would have happily told you.
What'd she say?
Have a good day. And she was just like, rude. And I was like, you're the one attacking me, lady. I do not understand.
Like, what? You came over here and made this my responsibility.
I
How
do
did
not
that
understand.
go? Oh my gosh.
Can you
People crack
Can you
me up.
reach that? Can you reach this?
Oh my
Do you know
goodness.
where the watch buttons are? Do you know where that is? And I'm like, no, I barely know where what I want is. No, I do not. I had somebody ask me, I was looking at meat, trying to decide, what kind of meat do I want to get? What am I going to buy? I don't know. What am I going to do with it if I do buy it? I don't know. And this lady goes, you look like someone who would know. I went, I'm afraid to ask. And she was like, what kind of meat do you put with your ham and beans or your ham hocks or your black eyed peas? I don't even remember, but it was beef. I went, if she only knew, I hate beans. I am not the person making the beans. But I went,
it's the opposite of.
I do not actually know the answer to that, but call an old grandma. Hey, Gran, how are you?
There you go.
If I was making what would I put in it? And she was like, you'd put in the neck or neck bone.
Okay.
Neck bone.
Yes. No.
She goes, I thought so. Had a
Glad to help.
I guess.
Teamwork out here.
I just
That's
want
hilarious.
to go shopping.
Now, are you one of those people who? Because I like to shop just like a couple of days at a time. Like I can't go. Part of it is the floors. Like just walking on hard floors or being on hard floors for a long time is terrible for my feet, legs, and spine. So I can't spend a lot of time in a grocery store, but I prefer it anyway because I don't do well when I have to get like a whole hoard of food. Like I just need to think about what I want for the next couple of days, pop in there, get what I need, and then pop out of there and then
So
get on with my day. So do you like do your bulk shopping? Like I'm
I
shopping
think
for 2 weeks,
I
or
think
like
I
what do
always
you do?
shopped for a week at a time
Okay.
when I was younger and I did the shopping. Um, when Carl and I in the early years would go shopping, we would go after midnight. You know, back in the day when the Walmart stayed open all
Yes,
night.
yes, I remember those days.
Yes, we would be in there. Well, the restaurant industry. I'm not getting off work till 1 o'clock in the morning some days, and he was a night owl. Like he would want to be up all night and then sleep in the morning.
That tracks.
So it made sense to just go at night.
Mhm.
There's no people here. And,
Yes, yeah.
we wander at our leisure, we goof. And we would make shopping date night. Like, because we would just, that's undivided attention and we can talk
Yes.
about whatever.
Yes.
As we've matured, he has taken on the shopping role. He is gifted to shop. He goes, "What's my budget?" I say, "You can spend $100." He's like, "Okie dokie." And then he goes, he doesn't have a list. He just
He
goes.
just a
And he
little
goes, "Oh, this,
fairy flitting
that, that,
around.
that, that, that."
Okay.
And if he doesn't fall for the ooh at the last minute, he is always right at or right under that number that I gave him.
Good job.
But if he falls for the, oh, but this will be nice,
Yeah.
he goes
a
over.
little over. Yeah. It's always that little splurge buy,
But he is gifted to shop.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Sir, you do that. You, thank you."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Well,
I
it
need
really
the list,
is. It's
and I
such a
need to go in and
mental.
get it.
Yes. Yes. It's such a mental. For me, it was, and I'm trying to be better about just appreciating and having gratitude for my food anyway, because I struggled my relationship with food for a long time. I really struggled with it. He's so sweet. So I had like this new relationship with like the whole shopping process and food, um and I can be a little more spontaneous about it now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite as rigid as I once was. And that has made the process a little more enjoyable
Mm.
and quite much easier to stay within budget. Because one, I don't really get a lot of like I just like raw buying raw stuff like
Right.
raw fruits and vegetables. There's a couple of like you know peanut butter and things like that that I keep on hand. But having that new flexibility makes it so much easier to shop. If I can just say, okay, what are the categories of foods that I'm trying to fill, then I can sort of go in there and just pick what's good, what's in season, what's on sale, what's
Right.
without being like, no, 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 I was gonna have chicken tenders this week, and well, those are however much money.
Right.
It's like, and I don't have that problem much anymore. So that's made shopping more enjoyable for me. But it can be such a mental drain to say, well, what meals do I need, and what recipes am I going to follow, and do I have the little ingredients on the side? Well, I don't know, and I don't know. It's just like an incredible mental exercise. The more, I guess, complex your categories are, you know what I
Right.
mean, whatever your menu is or whatever,
We
and
tried the Hello Fresh thing for a little while.
hmm
Got a good deal on an intro thing, and Linda loved the cooking part of that. She was like,
okay,
"Oh, I'll cook dinner if it's all here." Like it's, and it took all of the thinking out of it.
yeah,
Like I don't have to think about what I need to pull out of the fridge. What do we have? Like it. This is what you're gonna make this week.
yeah,
Here's all the things. You just need the mayonnaise out of your fridge.
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
that's easy. I can do that. And that was very nice. It taught her how to make remoulades and different sauces.
hmm
So now when we fix things, sometimes she'll go, "Ooh, that needs a sauce," and then she'll go whip up a sauce that she remembers from one of those recipe cards. But after a while, it was like, I don't want to eat that again, because even that, with all of the variety it had, got to where it repeated,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's like, well, to pay that much money, I can repeat on my own. I like,
Right. Well, and once you learn the recipes too, because my aunt, she would subscribe to those sometimes when I'm up there visiting with her, and I had the same similar experience where it was like, okay, it doesn't take the, there's thinking taken out of it, but then also there were recipes that are like, oh, yeah, that's so easy. I could just I can do that. I don't need this recipe card anymore. Like I've done it
right,
a couple of times. It's delicious. Yeah, you win, and I'm gonna make it now because I know what goes in
right.
it. So it is. I could see how it would be like a good seasonal thing to maybe subscribe to, like during a really busy time,
Yes.
and then
Put it on pause.
put it on pause, and then that would make a lot of sense to me. I could
And
see
it
that.
really was nice to just open up the bag and go, everything for that meal is here.
Yeah.
And some of your grocery stores do meals like that. You get them for dinner for 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got all of the ingredients together, so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to shop. You don't have to dig up a recipe.
Yeah.
It's all right there in the bag, and you just take it to the front.
Thanks for dinner, y'all.
Right? And it really is like you can still do the part where, no, I made it. I didn't just order out.
Right.
No, I actually worked on this, but it took the prep hard part out. And
Yes.
that was nice. But there is a convenience fee, as there always is.
Always, always, always. Yes, yes.
It's
Yeah.
like, I love that though. It's like, I could get the same thing for half the price. Yes. But now you have
And I
to
have
do
to
it.
work it. Yeah. Yes.
You have
Yeah.
to do it. So go do it.
Yeah.
You pay for the convenience if somebody else did it for you.
Right. That's exactly right.
And sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well, yeah, if
it's
you've
not.
got a lot, right. Yeah, if you got a lot going on. Now, there is one thing, like, so there is something about the exercise of cooking that's just really good for us as humans, I think. Um, the Not just the physical activity of it, but just staying engaged with your food for longer than just while you're consuming it.
Gotcha.
That's one of the things that I feel like changed my relationship with food is I was feeling, I guess I didn't, there were a lot of times I didn't take time cooking my food, or I would always use recipes that were just like really super quick because it was like I was squeezing it in from this time to this time. And maybe for a season that's fine, and that was okay for what my life lent itself to at the time. But since I've been able to just like explore a little more and figure out a little bit more of like what I like and the ways that food can come together through recipe cards or the different things, or and one of the things that really sort of like has shaped me, especially this year, is caring for my aunt, because that's like when I was spent this summer when I was up there taking care of her, that was her most favorite thing about having me because her evenings would get all discombobulated between like her evening chores and trying to do that, and then but not wanting to cook after the evening chores, but then she would cook and then leave the plate and then do her evening chores, and so she couldn't always eat hot food. So when I'm there, I'm the one doing the cooking, and we would switch off on like who comes up with the ideas for cooking. But I mean, even if it's just like, we did fish every fourth day or whatever, that's fine. I was still being creative, and so um I don't know. I think that was one of the things that prior to this summer, but also taking care of her previously, that cooking for her really gave me a lot more confidence in the kitchen, and having her be so grateful for it. That also, I think, changed how I have a relationship with how I prepare my food. And so I like engaging with it for a little bit. Even my hot little outdoor kitchen, like I'm sweating the entire time I cook these days. But it's fine. It's fun. I just dance it out and it's good. And yeah, I got a sweat towel and that's fun. But
Sweating to the dinner. Wait,
yeah,
what?
but
I
yeah.
don't
Then,
think that's what the song was.
but I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun in the kitchen these days. It's
Good.
yeah, yeah. I'm grateful for it. Woo! Did you see that lightning?
I did not.
Oh, it's got the heat lightning. It was thundering earlier when you said there it goes. It's like going. Um, when you weren't sure if you were going to come over or we were going to try to do remote. I, for all of 5 minutes, considered setting my happy butt out on the porch because you know how much I love my porch. And then thunder. I heard thunder. I was like, well, all right. So I brought it in here and I was starting to trying to like sort of create a setup in case you said, no, let's tune in. But then you ended up coming over. So no porch and no new setup, same old. But I was gonna be. It was gonna be a really sweaty podcast on that porch. I was willing, if there was no thunder, if that lightning hadn't come. But that's the thing that makes me think maybe it's more than just the heat lightning. I didn't check the weather, the actual weather.
Right. So, weather woman, what's the weather? We don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
There's a 50-50 chance it's gonna rain. Just saying.
That's about right. That is about right. What a metaphor for life. That's for sure.
Oh so I love it when the heat lightning gets going and it's the fast.
Yes.
I always do it because I don't know if you've ever heard it when the thunder just rolls.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, the angels are bowling or God's moving the furniture or whatever. And whenever I see the heat lightning and it's the flashy, I'm like, ooh, Jesus must be coming because here's the paparazzi.
I love it. I love it.
Because that is exactly what that looks like. It looks like the flash bulbs of the paparazzi.
Yes, okay. I can see that. Yeah. Well, now that image is in my head. And so thanks for that. Yeah. Next time I say, I'm like, all right.
It's the least I can do.
It's a paparazzi. Love that.
Oh, that was a good, relaxing conversation. Nothing too deep.
Yes.
And other than birthday celebrations and focusing on work, trying to get back on track now that the elections are done.
Yes.
Derailing me.
And you're going to be getting back on your 15 minutes. That was
I do think I'm going to try to do that.
Yeah. It's something that you'll, in the middle of it, sometimes you may ask yourself why it matters, although I think your purpose is a lot more homey.
Yeah.
But after you look back on it and it's this tangible thing, that's when it's going to be like I did that. You know what I mean? Like there'll be a lot to talk about whenever that time comes. And I'm very excited for that. So I'm looking forward to your progress every week. And last week we touched up on how you were doing on your calendar system, and that's like a daily part of your life still right now. So I was really happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that.
The calendar is definitely helping, especially the one at work that is up on in front of me.
Yeah.
And just making sure that I remember to put personal things up there occasionally, and it's all color coded, and I love that.
Yes.
Blue things are work important, and purple things are my own personal things. Red is doctor, and green is a sales opportunity. So
that's perfect.
It's money.
Yeah. Girl, that is so sexy. Good job. Good job.
And if it's just something I need to remember, like my kiddo was on a trip, or then I try to make it some weird color, like yellow or orange, just so it's up there so that I don't forget that, oh yeah, that's happening at that same time, even though it doesn't affect my work week. But
yeah.
But yeah, it's been good.
So do you have something like when you're home for microgreens whenever?
So Carl and I are talking about that.
Okay.
Because this month has shown us that, okay,
You need organization
we need
of
something a little
information.
more. Yeah. So
Okay.
trying to come up with the thing that's accessible to both of us,
Mm-hmm.
easily adjusted and read,
Mm-hmm.
updated.
Do y'all do well with like phone calendars, like digital phone calendars? Could y'all just share a Google Calendar?
So it wants to connect all of our work stuff to those. Like it wants to connect and it's like, no, we need it not to be.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all have the same model phone?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Like one's an Apple and one's an Android or
No,
something
we're
like that?
both Samsungs,
Okay.
just different types.
Okay. Well, there might be something like within your like Samsung, like because you have the account with Samsung.
There's
so
something
maybe
that
there's
I
something
that
maybe
I
there.
was like, hey, let's try this, but
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know. We haven't found the thing that goes, this is
Yeah.
this works.
What are the features that you feel like would be like you said, accessible by both and
So, unfortunately, it feels like one of those very expensive ones where it's on your phone, but it also displays on a monitor
okay.
that's out here. Because yes, we need to update it wherever we are when we're not at home. But when we're at home, oh, I gotta go find my phone, open up the thing where no, I want to be able to right here. It's there, but I don't want to have to go. All right, so we added 3 things to the list today. Like,
Gotcha.
but I'm also not ready to invest that much because that's a big investment because the device itself is expensive, and then they want a really big chunk of money for the program, and it's like it's a freaking phone.
Yeah.
It feels like it should not be.
Yeah. Well, explore. Just look to see like what apps y'all can share. Like if they're like a work sharing app, and there's you can do customer management in there. You can do, you know what I mean? It's like an entire information management system that y'all can share and at least get that much going, and then whatever other features you feel like you want. So, because I could see that being useful for you.
Yes.
You know, especially with the way business is kicking up, the relationships that y'all are forming, the clients that you've taken on from the other business. You know, it's like there's going to be a lot, and you're circling around this year. And are y'all doing any sort of like celebration campaign to all of your existing customers for your 1 year?
That's something for us to think about.
Like a thank you, a gratitude, something for something, or even, yeah, because it's right around the corner, and you know, I imagine y'all could put something together for if that was.
Speaking of, next week we have a guest.
Yes, that's right. I thought it was next week. Yes.
And it will be our first male guest.
We have to talk to a boy. It'll be lovely. It'll be lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I have a little list of little things like questions that popped up in my head after our last conversation. I think when I was listening to our podcast. I sat down, and that's another one nice little useful thing about our podcast. I'll go back when I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to do that, and then I'll be in my calendar.
It's a nice little reminder that I committed to things. I better do it.
I should do that. I should write that down. We're like, yeah, I totally can do that. Oh, I forgot. My bad. My calendar is my working memory, man. It's not. It's no joke. It's no joke. I've used the same one 7 years in a row, so it's definitely it changed. It's one of the things that changed my life. I know I say that about so many things, but there were so many things along my like path of growth that just changed my life. It was, you know, prayer and fasting and calendaring and saying no was really learning to do that. Gosh, yeah. And fasting, yeah. There's, yeah. It's good to grow.
It is
Painful.
good to grow.
It's painful sometimes, but it's good. Yeah. I can't believe we're on our 31st episode tonight.
Right?
This is wild. That was another thing when I shared it, I was like, 30 episodes. That's insane. Like we've been meeting for 30. Well, we missed 2 weeks, right? Out of 30. That's not bad. That's
not bad.
less than 10%, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's really good. So.
And I mean, unless we want to count the 3 weeks where I had to recover from appendicitis.
Oh, that's right. We had just started.
3 weeks in. The third week, I'm dying.
That's right.
Literally.
Like, the whole podcast, you're like off to the side, like, oh.
It's like, no, we are not even practicing with camera tonight because no.
That's right. Oh, man.
And it took 3 weeks, but we weren't airing anything yet, so nobody noticed.
That's
and then
right.
We dumped, 7 all at once, and then.
Yes.
But yeah.
And then picked it up from there. Which I have times, I took a picture of the time stamps for clips.
Okay.
From episode 16. I know I talked about that a little while ago, the book interview one. And I'll send that to you. But I was thinking I do want to go through all the rest of them in whatever form or fashion and mark out timestamps. But I was wondering if you wanted to take half, and because my thought is there are things that you would say that might stick out to me, but there might be things that you say that you have more passion to put out there. You know what I mean? Like, you really want people to hear that. Like, it's important to you. So my thinking is if we split that up and you do half and I do half, then you can focus in on everything that you're saying and clip out yours, and I'll focus in on everything that I'm saying and clip out mine. And then we can either swap later or not even worry about that because we'll have enough good stuff or whatever nuggets, if we just want to like reach a number or whatever that looks like. Because I know that our storm riders really do get a lot out of those short clips. Like that's the things that I would notice when we would get feedback from people. It was from the nuggets that we would put out there, which makes sense. People don't have, oftentimes people don't have time to sit down and listen to a whole hour and a half long podcast, or certainly not all at once. My sister, sometimes she'll split hers up. But especially for like our women who squeezing in an hour means they're neglecting something else that then they don't, it's just not advantageous for them. So I don't know. That's where my brain is with it. So just text me if you come up with something, and I'll do 16 through 30 if you want to do 1 through 15 or whatever.
Well, the first 8 are audio only.
Okay.
Because the video A was rough. I don't know.
Okay.
And we were short on storage at one point, and I think I might have dumped stuff.
Okay.
That we didn't use. I will have to check to see if we have any film.
Yeah.
People going, what's film?
50s.
Oh wait, no, people our age, they know what that is. We're fine. The children aren't listening. So I don't know if there's any from those first 8.
Gotcha.
Where
even
like,
easier.
Just make them audio. So we can start at like 9 and up.
Okay.
But yeah,
that works. Yeah, I dig it. Okay. I'll try to do my homework, and you do yours at your own leisure.
So the benefit for me is as I'm doing mine, I'm actually pulling them, and with yours, you have to tell me, and then I have to pull them. So.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I can just.
I can probably
give you a list.
But yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Homework.
I know. It'll be good. It'll be good. Because honestly, I feel like
And that
it's
may
been,
be
and
something
I know
we
you do
do.
the editing.
Like
but
maybe we put. No, all right, no, that was a thought. It was running away. I was like, maybe we put all the shorts together and do them at the holidays, like, but no, because we want to release them on the
the
socials.
times that they, yeah.
On the
Well, maybe
socials.
around the holidays you can do another compilation video.
Mm.
Remember, we had
Mhm.
one like that where it was like our best moments and our funniest moments and our random stuff or whatever. So maybe that would be a good
So
time.
then I
for
wasn't
that.
completely off. So yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said it out loud. Yay.
Oh,
Well, I hope your forecast looks swell, my friend, and it sounds like you're on track. I know you had a really crazy season of celebrating life and anniversaries and no birthdays tomorrow. I'm so excited for Linda. Happy birthday, Linda. And have fun.
okay.
Have fun. That's your homework.
That's my homework.
Have fun.
All right.
That's what I'm telling you to do, girl.
You as well, ma'am.
All right. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you for joining Maxina Sunshine and April Snow on the weekly weather. Like and follow to catch our next conversation.